Hi, it's Betsy from As We Go, and I have another mask hack for you, this one involving t-shirts. Stay tuned. Okay, not too long ago I posted a video about how to make a face mask out of a bandana and a couple ponytail holders, and I will share that link. But today I've got one right off the CDC website that takes a plain old t-shirt and turns it into a mask. Now the big thing is you want to make sure you're using a 100% cotton t-shirt that's of a decent weight. I happen to have one here that I used to use when I was working at the horse sanctuary. It shrank, I'll just put it that way. I didn't change at all over the years. But it's been a paint shirt, so I'm willing to whack this up in this video just to give you another idea for a different kind of mask you can make. So you've got your 100% cotton t-shirt. About the only thing you're going to need fancy. Oh, I forgot to get my scissors out. Hang on, let me grab some scissors. Boom, boom. Where are my good scissors? I think they're over here. Alrighty. We will find the scissors. There they are. That tells you how often I use my good sewing scissors. I had to go look for them, but I'm glad I kept them. So you're going to need scissors, your 100% cotton t-shirt. A ruler might be helpful just so you have an idea of where you're whacking along. Some folks will, if they're fancy and really so, they've got tailor's chalk. I'm going to use my trusty little Sharpie marker here so I can just kind of give myself some guidelines to cut on. So, this is so simple. You're going to start, like I said, get your t-shirt, grab your ruler, and what you want is 6 to 8 inches off the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and go with 8. I think I'd rather make it a little deeper because I'm going to make Chris wear this when it's done so you can get an idea of how it looks. Okay, let me mark this. I don't always cut real straight. Now I'll go 7.5. Nice thing is it does not have to be a work of art. And then when you're done with these things, when this all blows over, you do have some masks available that if you're sanding down something, doing a little work that way, you know, maybe you're into refinishing furniture or something, this will give you a mask that you can use just kind of to help with that kind of dust. Okay, there we are. Not perfect, not pretty, but then doesn't have to be. It just needs to be there. So once you've got your mark, go ahead and whack off that that end of the shirt. Isn't that cute? I'm not into wearing crop shirts, but I will show you a different type of mask in a minute with what's left of that. So there it is so far. The next step is decide how wide you want the ties to be. I'm going to kind of make them maybe a little wider than the hem there. That's what that's about a half. Well, that's about a ½ inch. I'm going to make them about 1.5 inches just so there's. No, I think I'll go 1 inch. Inch should be good. And you're going, why do I need to do this? Well, I will show you. What did I say I was making those? 1 inch. Because the next step is to come in between 6 and 7 inches. And that gives you a little section to cut out. And don't worry, that won't go to waste. Now, If you want to take this single layer mask to a double layer, or just to make a pocket to put a filter in, you could grab out thread and needle and just hand sew. Cut this into a little pocket and attach it to the inside of the mask. And you could use it as a pocket. You could use it to make the mask thicker. Whatever floats your boat on that one. So you're going to take out this little section that's, how wide did that end up being? That ended up being, about 5.5 inches by just about a foot. Like I said, you can take this little piece and cut a pocket and sew it on the what would become the inside of your other mask. Once you've got that cut out, grab thy trusty scissors, take a whack here, and a whack there, and now you have a pretty good size facial mask that you can tie up behind your head. And actually CDC says it's easier, and they're probably right, to tie it around your neck first and then tie it up on top of your head. And they're right, because now I can't find the neckties. Okay, why did I get a beep beep? Off. Stay. Hang on. I got to switch out a battery in the other camera. I'm back. There we go. That's like having the battery die on you when you're still videoing. So I think where I left off was I was showing you kind of how the finished mask looks with its little ties. And the way you put it on, CDC suggests that you tie it at the back of the neck first. And yes, I know a mirror would probably make this easier. And then pull it up over your nose. Over the nose. And tie it towards the top of your head. I sized this one to be more Chris's size, so it's a little loose on me. I would probably, for me, make this a little smaller in here. Now that I've got this on, it's like, whoa, huge. So in a minute, I'm going to go ahead and make Chris wear this one, and I will just take his picture. I won't worry about shooting video on it like I did in my one about the bandanas, and that link is right up there. Whew, a little warm under there. And like I said, if you do this kind of mask, you can just grab the little square that you cut out, well, rectangle, I will say that right, it is a rectangle, but you can cut it into a square, figure out where the center is, and I'm sorry, that is kind of hard to see there, but if you kind of figure out where your center is, you can either make that multiple layers thick so you get that extra protection and just hand sew it in, or cut it, make it into a pocket, open at the top, and then you can drop in a piece of coffee filter or some other kind of filtering material. There's a little mask that I saw on, it was a little Facebook pattern that came out of California. And I thought, well, that's a nice single layer mask and easy to do. And I'll probably make a couple of those ones to throw into the Jeep. And this is a little small, but then as we've, nope, this is the length they recommend and the height. Yeah, maybe a tad narrow, but my head's not quite that big, so. Their recommendation was something that was like 6 by 12, 8 by 12 rectangle cut out of your t-shirt. And I'm going to do that with the cool little pattern section here. I'm going to double check those measurements and then I'll do that one. And this is just about that size. Ooh, cool. So you take that rectangle, make it easy on yourself. I know it was 4 inches because it was a 3-inch slit they recommended. So there you go. So this is a little longer than it needs to be. But then just cut figure out where your ears hit. I'm going to do that first before I go whacking into this. So I'm going to take that. To make it fit nice and snug is like right about there, because you want it pulled kind of snug for the best protection. Now this is only going to be a single layer mask unless you decide to take two of these rectangles and sew them together. But in a pinch, like, ooh, I forgot my mask, it's better than nothing. And again, the 100% knit cotton does give you better protection than the weave of the bandana. So the bandana, when you do that one, the multiple layers is what gives you that extra protection. This is a little tighter weave. Did I say that was? Yeah, I'm going to guess it was right about there. Cut a little ear slit. So there's the basic with the little ear slit for just a real quick mask. And I put it on and it's done. It just loops over the ears like that. As you can see, a logo kind of makes it a little fun, a little give pattern, a little uniqueness to it. So I'm going to grab a couple pictures of Chris just sporting these beautiful things, and I'll make sure those show up here in the video for you. Hope you found this a real quick tip kind of thing. If you've got an old t-shirt, as long as it's a decent weight, don't do a thin one. Make sure you use a heavyweight t-shirt. Again, these can be hand washed if you have to. We're in an RV full time. We may not get to the laundromat to throw these things in the wash all the time and into the dryer. So hand wash with the super warm water, soap, rinse well, wring out, drip dry over a towel bar if you need it in a hurry. If you've got a hair dryer, grab your hair dryer and dry and zip it off. Now, things been popping up on Facebook about using your microwave as a way to sanitize your face mask. Don't do it. The microwave, you may end up actually starting a fire in your microwave. Some folks have already had their masks start to melt on them. Maybe because they weren't 100% cotton. But they can scorch. I figure better safe than sorry. It really doesn't take that long. And as easy as these are to make, to get yourself between the bandana and this t-shirt, Chris and I will probably have a good half dozen or so masks that we can wear. Gives us time to throw them in the laundry, or like I said, we can super hand wash, wring them out. We'll drip dry them over a towel bar. And if they still feel a little damp, hair dryer to the rescue. So hey, hope you found this helpful. If you liked the video, do please give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, and who knows, as we go, maybe someday we'll see you on the road. Safe travels to you. Oh, and well, we all know how well, maybe you don't know, but with YouTube, there's going to be a suggested video that's going to pop up. I hope you'll take time to watch that one too. Again, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Safe travels.